I'm not doing it. No, I'm not doing it. No, 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 no. You're avoiding things. But what about avoidant personality disorder? According to LAMP and the research, avoidant personality disorder, or AVPD, is a relatively common disorder that is associated with significant distress, impairment, and disability. Those that have avoidant personality disorder, what do? Well, they have avoidance of social situations. Individuals often avoid social situations or interactions that involve new people or, say, unfamiliar environments. Why do they do this? They do this due to a fear of negative evaluation or even embarrassment. Now, here's the thing. You mightn't, as a person with this avoidant personality disorder, actually have a reason to be embarrassed in the first place. It might be just that you think other people will be looking at your hair. You think other people will be commenting on the little shaving nick you have. You think other people will be judging you for having grown in some way, maybe in your job, or maybe losing your job in another way. But in reality, the truth is, most people are living in their own heads. People are thinking about their own stuff. They will hold on to only a snippet of information that you tell them, such as maybe what hobby you like. If you make up something that is a little bit more interesting, such as I'm a rock climber or I'm thinking about getting into rock climbing, they'll leave that party and go, tall guy, white shirt, and rock climbing. That's it. Then a year later, they'll remember maybe the tall white shirt. That's it. It's just very minimal stuff. They're interacting with other people. And so we make up a lot of huge anxiety towards specifics when, in truth, this avoidance of the social situation is not required. Avoidance personality disorders also have social isolation. They may even become socially isolated or withdrawn, preferring to spend, say, time alone rather than risking facing potential rejection or criticism from others. Now, the thing about this is that it's potential rejection. It's, oh, if I go there, this will happen, and then if, then, but, when. But come on, you cannot plan that this person is going to walk in at this time, that person is going to walk in and see that other person and stand beside them, and within 2-3 minutes after talking about niceties and the weather, that they're going to say, hey, look over there, that person. They came in and look at their stupid job they're doing, and and suddenly you're opened out and they're all talking about you, and you feel like, gosh, if I go there, they'll come in at that time, they'll talk about this. No, you can't legislate for other people's actions. Not everything works in the way we fear it's going to work. And so by isolating ourselves, by putting ourselves in that way, we're acting off anxiety towards a future event that may or may not happen. Sure, though, you can avoid this event by planning in a different way, or maximizing the fact that you come in before the people, you talk to one of the people first, that kind of way. You can strategize. But isolating yourself, it's not the thing to do. A person with avoidance personality disorder may also fear rejection. They may have an intense fear of rejection or disapproval from others, leading them to be hypersensitive, to maybe be perceived as signs of criticism or rejection. Fear is a huge thing that plays its part in our lives as humans. Some is very good fear, and others is very limiting fear. If we take the limiting fear first for a brief moment, limiting fear makes us do things, choose jobs, check our bank account out several times a week, more so than we need to, and choose people that will just be the laissez-faire, that will go with what we know, even if, and here's the weird thing, our lives are not great, say, when we're being brought up and we have a bad parent, or we started into a job for a few years into our 20s and we can do it pretty much easily in our sleep, automatically, but we hate it. Those are the things that we lean on when times are tough. We'll go, well, I know I can choose this type of partner because I'm used to them. And I can do this job because it's easy to do. But in reality, we don't like it. It's not going to make us grow. Then if fear is in another way, fear can protect us. And that's a good thing. We have this innate fear, for example, when we're born, we're crying, we're around adults. There's a big bad world out there. There's new sensations, there's new noises. Strangers, we're being coddled and we're being protected by our mothers or fathers. When in reality, this is required. We can't walk. We can't fall down and pick ourselves up. Even when we grow up a little bit more, we see strangers like stranger danger. I don't know them, so should I kind of trust what they're saying? No, I shouldn't. Even when we're adults, we go a little bit deeper and we are aware of strangers. We kind of have memories of other people. We link those, like our brain is designed that way to link the shape of a person's face with someone else's shape of the face, the color of their skin. And this is not racism, but it's that little trigger that kind of goes, oh, stop, nervous system is activated. It's like, ooh, maybe they could be like that. But then, of course, if we think about it with our new age brain, we start going, oh, hold on, just because they're that color skin, it doesn't mean to say that like they're going to be like that person. They're not going to be a bad person just because they're coming from that area. That's not necessarily, we know that's not necessarily the truth. But we have to question these things. So the fears are put there for us so that we don't actually harm ourselves or put ourselves in a bad situation. Low self-esteem is another thing. They typically have low self-esteem and a pervasive sense of inadequacy or inferiority. And they might even be often viewing themselves as socially inept, not able to cope, or maybe unworthy of acceptance or belonging within a group. This is terrible. We should admire ourselves for being the size we are, for being the age we are, for having those grey hairs, for having those experiences in life, for having that wisdom. Nobody has the ability to experience things like we do individually. This should allow us to feel good about ourselves. People can knock us, situations and experiences can drop us off in life, but we can pick ourselves up. We have to find that middle ground, that bottom line for ourselves, within ourselves, that platform that is our self-esteem, not a low self-esteem. We have to recognize when we have that. And then if we're pushing ourselves away from people, we're stopping ourselves from growing as well. Yes, fearful things might happen. Yes, they might say things, but we can, again, within the conversation, pick ourselves up, because you could say to yourself, look, in a mantra sense, I'm a great person. I've grown because of this experience. And it makes you feel good. Nobody can put you down. They might have difficulty in forming relationships, and maintaining close relationships can be challenging for individuals with avoidant personality disorder. Why? Well, this is due to perhaps the avoidance of social interactions and the fear of intimacy. See how this works together. It's quite similar, these characteristics here, how you can break the cycle knowing a group is there and events are coming up by having your awareness towards your triggers here, by knowing who socially to be around and who not to be around. That, if you can get your protective little group around you and your partner and so on, then you can avoid the bigger aspect of things, the other people, the other groups. But that doesn't mean to say that you're avoiding all of the other experiences of getting to know others within, like, say, one half of the social gathering. This is allowing yourself to be clever about things and to plan and to eke your way out of this avoidance personality disorder. Then they may be hypersensitive to criticism. They may be extremely sensitive, in fact, to negative feedback, or interpreting even minor comments or gestures as proof of their unworthiness or incompetence. Basically, they're looking for something to validate what they already feel in a low self-esteem way. Mentioned already mantras, but if you have a good partner and solid people who know that you're a little bit icky or a little bit nervous, you're a little bit anxious around these situations, you want somebody to reassure you so that you can get through that criticism at that time. Maybe physical symptoms as well in social situations where you may experience like nervousness, such as sweating, trembling even, or a rapid heartbeat due to anxiety and fear. So once it kicks in and you feel it in the body, it's very difficult to calm ourselves. But if you have awareness of your triggers, and you know then that when that happens, that I'm going to sit down. I'm going to take a glass of water. I'm going to take a moment to go outside and have a little excuse, have a friend, have a partner who can make that excuse for you. It's better to go to these social events and to experience this and to get over it, to push yourself through. Now, within reason as well. Obviously, you don't want to tumble down the stairs if you feel that anxiety or rapid heartbeat is stopping you from doing things. But you have to also deal with it as well in a very sensible manner. Ask your doctor if needs be. Also, perfectionism is a thing. People may set unrealistically high standards for themselves, and fearing any perceived flaw or mistake will result in rejection or humiliation. You are an excellent human being. Perfection, leave it to the robots. They're doing their artificial intelligence. Off you go. Excellence is enough for me. I want to see your quirks. I want to see your flaws. There are plenty of people in such situations that want that too. There may be a reluctance to take risks due maybe to the fear of failure or rejection. Individuals with avoidant personality disorder may be reluctant to take risks or pursue opportunities for fear of what? Experiencing maybe negative outcomes. You're perceiving that you may experience things. It's all hypothetical. You don't have proof of this. Again, you can put in roadblocks so that you never bring the conversation down that alleyway. You can have a supporter or a friend, several of them in fact, who will make sure the conversation is not brought down that avenue. But it is true as well to say that people with social personality disorder may have an impact on their daily functioning, because it may have a significant impairment on various and other areas of functioning, including their work, their school, their social relationships. And this may lead to difficulties in achieving personal and professional goals. I've achieved the goal today because I believe I've given you this lovely video to help you and help others. And I really, truly want to make sure that you can help yourself and others. That's why I've tried to give you value, and hopefully you felt that achievement too, and you reciprocate by pressing that button, subscribe, and we'll be able to have a relationship with each other, and I'll be able to help in the future too. Thanks for watching. Until next time though, please do have a wonderful day.